I just finished Yesteryear. It's the #1 New York Times bestselling book, the Good Morning America book club pick, the BookTok obsession, and I have to say, it's weird. And honestly, it's kind of boring. So let's talk about it. If you haven't heard about it, the book follows Natalie, a Tradwife influencer who curates this perfectly aesthetic, God-honoring domestic fantasy online. She bakes sourdough, submits to her husband, the whole thing. You'll hate her right off the bat, probably. I did. And then one day, she wakes up in 1855. No electricity, no running water, no Instagram, just brutal manual labor and the actual reality of pre-modern life, the one she was faking for her followers. So on paper, this premise is pretty cool. It's satire, social commentary about faith, femininity, influencer culture, authenticity, and it's a strong concept. And to be fair, parts of it really work. There are moments where Natalie's internal thoughts slip out, like something judgmental or selfish, and then she immediately apologizes to God in her head. Now, those parts were hilarious because we know when people do this shit online, it's all for show anyway. And it does a solid job of exposing how much of her influencer life is a spectacle. The book jumps between timelines, her present influencer life, her past, and 1855, where she somehow has jumped to. And instead of building tension, it kind of drifted for me. The 1855 sections became a little repetitive, and we got to talk about the husband.
Oh, wait, excuse me? Did you just say let's talk about the husband?
Let's not talk about what you don't want out.
He's clearly meant to represent this idealized trad husband, but he totally sucks too, and you won't like him either. I don't know who's crazier, Natalie or her husband. When I was posting about this while I was reading it on Instagram, somebody told me that the author used to post about Tradwife influencers on TikTok. And since this book came out, she's deleted most of it. Now that context was interesting. I would have liked to see all those older videos. I went to her TikTok and she only had 3 there. For me, the weirdness isn't the time travel or the twist of the time travel. I just didn't really care about that by the time I got to the end. And while I wasn't super entertained, I did love the concept and it made me think. Like, I was kind of bored, but I couldn't stop thinking about the book. Like this one gave me a hangover. I also think part of why it's blowing up is cultural timing. Tradwife aesthetics and influencer authenticity, the curated faith. These are all hot button topics right now. And I have seen those fake Christians online saying that they don't like how this book details Christianity. And I'm like, girl, you are so close to getting it. The call is coming from inside the house. Now, just because I was kind of bored doesn't mean the book is bad, but it does mean the concept is doing a lot of heavy lifting. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. The ideas are strong. The satire has flashes of brilliance and will make you laugh out loud. But as a reading experience, it dragged a little bit for me. I'd give it a 3 out of 5. The concept, 5 out of 5. But the execution for me, just a 3. If you loved it or hated it, tell me why. And if you were offended by all of the religion of it all and you have a Bible verse in your bio, then just move along. This is not for you. Or maybe this book is exactly what you need.